Very good morning and welcome to this session of yoga time. Sit comfortably and sit tall. Look to the side of the tongue. Take the arms out to the side to open the chest. Lengthen the wrists away. Turn the palms to face up. Lengthen the palms and fingers away. Open the chest. Breathe in, raise up the arms. A full extension of the right side and the left side. Join the base of the palms. Join the palms and the fingers. And release your thumbs to the sternum. Keep the crown of the head lifted without straining the spine. It's a very subtle action. Now bring your attention to the breath. It's on the inhalation and the exhalation. Breathe in to chant Om 3 times. Take a slow, deep breath in. Om. Om. Slowly release your hands. Open your eyes. Roll the shoulders back. Breathe in and raise up the head. And as you breathe out, draw the chin to the chest. Breathing in, take the head back. And as you breathe out, draw the chin to the chest. Maintain the lift in the crown of the head. Breathing in, raise up the head once more. As you breathe out, draw the chin to the chest. Slowly raise up the head. There. Take the chin slightly back. Feel that the head is resting on the shoulders so you're balanced. And take the arms out to the side once more. Lengthen the wrists away from each other. Turn the palms to face up. Bend at the elbows. Draw the elbows together. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Keep them there. Stretch the armpit. Stretch the wrists. Lift the elbows. So the fingers and the palms are spread behind you. Keep lifting the armpit. Lift the elbows. Lift the crown of the head. Breathe out and release the elbows down to the side of the trunk. And from the shoulders, draw the trapezius muscles down the back. Draw the elbows down the side of the trunk. Breathing in once more, lift the elbows, stretch the armpit. Breathe out and stretch the elbows down. So the elbows move down, opening up and stretching the trapezius area. One more time, breathe in, raise up the arms, a full extension of the armpit. Lift the elbows, stretch the sides of the trunk. Breathe out and release. Draw the elbows down. Feel the trapezius lengthen across the shoulder. With this action, maintain the elbows there. Breathe in, raise up the head. And as you breathe out, release the chin to the chest. Breathe in once more, raise up the head. Breathing out, release the chin to the chest. And release your hands onto your thighs. Wrap your palms and fingers around the knees. Roll the shoulders back. Keep rotating the shoulders. Now draw the shoulders up to the ear and stretch the elbow down, once again lengthening those trapezius muscles across the back. So the elbows draw down. One more time, lift the shoulders And breathing out, draw the elbows down. So the elbows are lifting to take the shoulders up. The elbows are dropping to draw the shoulders down. Rotate this action. Feel the elbows move, feel the shoulders move, release any tension in the area of the neck and the shoulders. Change the direction of your rotation. Wrap the fingers and palms around the knees once again, straighten the arms, lift the shoulders. Breathing in, draw the navel forward, draw the sternum forward and look up. As you breathe out, tuck the chin under, move the navel back, move the sternum back, and feel the round of the back. Feel the shoulder blades moving back to open up the upper back. Breathing in, move forward, lift the navel, lift the sternum back. And slowly release. Now you're going to move forward, breathing in, and as you breathe out to the side and back, changing direction and forward again. The navel moves forward. Feel the navel moving to the side, feel the navel moving back. Now bring your breath into this. Breathing in, come forward. Breathing out, move back. Just focus on the area of the navel moving around. Feel the circle created by the navel. Breathing in as you come forward. Breathing out as you go back. Now draw your attention to the sternal area. Feel your sternum making the circle as you breathe in and breathe out. Breathing out as you go back. Breathing in as you come forward. Feel the elbows move. Feel the sternum move. Feel the navel move. One more time in that direction. And breathing in, come forward. Full stretch forward. Move the navel, move the sternum and look up. As you breathe out, move the navel back, move the sternum back, tuck the chin in. Come back to center, move the navel forward and change direction. Focus on the navel moving back and forth, creating circles at the same time. Breathing out as you go back, breathing in as you come forward. The arms are working as levers. One arm bends and the other arm straightens as you move forward. Breathe in as you come forward. Breathe out as you go back. Now change your focus to the sternum. Feel the sternum moving forward. Feel the sternum moving back, creating those circles. Breathe in as you come forward. Breathe out as you go back. 3 times more. Your breath. Breathe in as you come forward. Breathe out as you go back and center. Place your fingertips on the floor. Lift the trunk, lift the crown of the head. Feel that the crown of the head is the highest point. And the area of the spine, the lumbar, the thoracic, and the cervical spine has become much softer now. With this action, straighten out your leg. Put on that. Heels away from you, toes towards you. Press your fingertips down, lift the sides of the trunk. Push your thighs down, push the backs of the knees down, heels away from you, toes towards you. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Now lift the shoulder, lift the wrist, spread the palms and spread the fingers. Can you connect your sitting bone to your heel and feel the length? Now connect the sitting bone to the middle finger and feel the length. Lengthen horizontally and lengthen vertically. Creating the L shape once again. Breathe out and release your hands. Fold your legs back in the other direction. So the action here is to feel the spine lengthen and feel the legs lengthen at the same time, creating the L shape. Place your fingers and palms around the knees, roll the shoulders back. Keep the chest open, lift the sternum. Place your fingertips in front of your knees and lift the navel away from the floor, lift the sternum and look up. Now pin your thighs down, pin your groins down, and lift the trunk away from the thighs. That's the action. The thighs move down, the navel moves up. The thighs move down, the sternum moves and slowly release your gaze forward. And come onto your knees. Come to sit in Vajrasana. Rest the buttock on the heels if you need to take a support in between your spine. Now push your thighs down and lift the navel away, lift the sternum away, roll the shoulders back and look up. So although the trunk is lifting, the legs are fixed. There's a lengthening of the trunk away from the hips. Take your knees apart, place your fingertips on the floor, and now pressing onto the fingertips, can you move the buttock back onto the heel? So it's this action. It's this action. Your knees widen, the buttocks is onto the heel. Walk your hand forward and move the buttock onto the heel. That's the action. You have to move the buttock onto the heel. You can keep your palms flat or your fingers cupped and keep moving the buttock down towards the heel. Stretch forward. The buttock moves back, the groin moves back, yet the sternum lifts and look forward. That's the action. There's a dual action here similar to Utkatasana where the thighs move down, but the chest moves up. And come onto your knees. Join the knees together. Place your palms below the knees. Breathing in, lift the sternum, lift the tailbone. And as you breathe out, tuck the chin in, round the back. Feel the shoulder blades lift the navel, tuck the tailbone in. Breathing in, lift the sternum, lift the tailbone. Breathing out, tuck the chin in, tuck the tailbone in. One more time, breathe in, lift the tailbone, lift the sternum and look up. And as you breathe out, tuck the tailbone under, round the back, lift the navel, release the chin. And release. Coming to the concave action once again, with the lower shoulder blade moving into the body and lifting the tailbone, look up. With this action, can you tuck your toes under and lift the hips? You come to that concave action, that Utkatasana action once again, where the thighs move away from you, the groins move away from you, and you lengthen the trunk. Keep the knees bent. The trunk stretches, the hips lift, the groins move back, the buttocks, and release our knees. Take the knees wide, a similar action once again. You move the buttock back, you move the groins back, but you stretch the trunk forward. Then release your elbows, release the forearm. Even in this action, press the palms down and move the buttock back, stretching the trunk. You'll find that there's an extension in the side body, the back body, and the front body. Come onto your knees once again. Draw your knees together and come to stand. Come to stand with your feet hip width apart. A similar action. Breathe in, raise up the arms. And as you breathe out, descend into Utkatasana. Bend the knees, release the hips. And as you release the hips, pin the groins, and lift the trunk. It's a similar action where the trunk extends away from the hip. Breathe in and come up, breathe out and lift your hands. So what we're focusing on today is to have the hips fixed, have the groins fixed, and extend the trunk away. Place your hands on your hips, roll the shoulders back, open the chest. Press your feet, push your thighs back, lift the navel, lift the sternum, roll the shoulders back. Keeping your hands on your hips, breathing out, bend the knees and release your hips lower. Fix the hips, fix the groins. Breathing in, raise up the arms. Now descend the hips and stretch the trunk at the same time. The trunk extends, the spine extends, the sides of the trunk extend. As you descend the hips, lift the arms higher. Breathe in and come up. Breathe out and release your hands. So it's a dual action once again. Take your feet apart as wide as you can. Breathing in, lift the chest. Draw the elbows together. As you breathe out, come to L shape once again. Push the thighs back. You can place your hands on your hips or onto your thighs. You push your thighs away from you, but you lengthen the sternum forward, lengthen the trunk forward, open up the backs of the knees as you extend the crown of the head forward. The spine moves horizontally across. There's a length. As you push your thighs back, not on the knees, it's the thigh or the shin or your hip. Push your thighs back, but lengthen the trunk forward. You'll find that the backs of the legs also open up. Lengthen the navel, lengthen the sternum, lengthen the crown. Breathe in and come up. Roll the shoulders back. Toe heel, toe heel. Walk the feet hip width apart one more time. Breathing in, raise up the arms. And as you breathe out, descend into Utkatasana once again, the chair pose. Release the hips down, but lift the trunk. Release the hips down as you breathe out, lift the trunk. Keep stretching the trunk, lifting the trunk as you sit down. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release your hand. One more time. Breathe in, raise up the arms. Now extend the trunk. Lift the right side, walk your right hand, walk your left hand, keep stretching the trunk. As you breathe out, bend the knees and descend the hips as low as you can. Come to sit on the chair. And as you breathe in, stretch the trunk. As you breathe out, descend a little more. As you breathe in, stretch the trunk. Lift the arms, lift the wrist. Breathe in to come up. Breathe out and release. So this action of Uttanasana can be used to get you into, Utkatasana can be used to get you into Adho Mukha Svanasana, child's pose. Downward dog. Come onto your knees. Come onto your knees. You'll find for child's pose and downward dog, it's a similar action of Utkatasana, where the groins move back and the trunk moves forward. Take your knees apart, move the groins back, move the trunk forward. It's the opposite action here, where the buttocks move back, the groins move back, but the navel moves forward and down, the sternum moves down, and the arms move forward. Press your palms and fingers down to stretch the back, to move the groins back. And to press your palms, move the groins back. Release the navel to the floor, release the forehead to the floor, and release your arm. Even with this action, press the forearm onto the floor and move the buttock back. From here, tuck your toes under. Bring your knees below the hips. Shift the weight of the body onto your palms and fingers and lift the hips. Now you're going to bend the knees, lift the groin, lift the buttock and stretch the hips away, lengthening the trunk like you did in Utkatasana. The hips lift, the groins move back, the navel moves back, the sternum moves back, the armpits stretch, and then you straighten one leg, keeping the length of the trunk, and straighten the other leg. Keep changing legs. Almost a cycling action, a pedaling action. Now bend the knees strongly again. Lift the buttock, lift the groins, spread your fingers, spread your palms, and keep lifting the hip away from the armpits. Create that length, there's a softness in the head, and now walk to straighten both legs. Place your knees onto the mat. Take your knees as wide as the mat and sit back for child's pose. Breathing in, lift the side of the trunk. Pin your hips down. And from here, the hips are fixed. Walk your hands over to the right side and pin the left buttock down. Walk your hands forward. You'll find that the buttock wants to lift. Pin it down. So pin the left buttock down as you walk across the right side and lift the navel, lift the sternum and look up. At the same time, both buttocks are fixed to your heels. So the groins move back and down, the buttock moves down, but the trunk lifts. Take a few breaths with this action. Come back to center. Stretch forward. You feel that one side is longer, the left side should be longer. The left arm will reach further as well. Back to the center. And over to the left. Both your fingertips beside your left knee. Pin the right buttock down and walk your hands across. Walking your hands across, all the time moving the buttock back, moving the groins back. Spread your palms and fingers, release them to the floor. As you press your palms down, move both those groins back. Move the buttocks back onto the heel. Lift the navel, lift the sternum and look up. So we're extending the trunk away from the hips. Walk your hands forward. Take your hands as wide as the knees. As wide as the knees as wide as the mat, the palms as wide as the mat as well. And walk your hands forward, pin the buttock back. Release the navel to the floor and lift the sternum. Walk your hands further forward. Keep releasing the navel to the floor. Move the buttocks back, move the groins back, and keep the head lifted. Look forward. With this action of lifting forward, spread your fingers, spread your palms, move the buttocks back, move the navel down. Can you take your armpits lower, take the forearms lower and release here. With this action, keep moving the buttock back, move the groins back, and walk your hands forward. Now release the trunk completely to the floor, release the navel, release the sternum, release the forehead, and soften. Release the front body to the floor. And feel the back body extended, but at the same time, melt the back body towards the front body. Focus on just the exhalation here. There's a softness now in the area of the groins and the trunk. Walk your hands back, come up, and come to lie flat on your back. A similar action for Pawanmuktasana, where the groins move away. So press your knees away, press the groin area away, press your thighs away, and lengthen the navel away from the groins, lengthen the sternum away from the navel. Feel that length of the trunk. Imagine somebody is holding back your thighs. Your thighs are strapped. Stretch the trunk and release the navel to the floor. Release the shoulders to the floor. And with both hands, draw both your knees in towards the chest. Release the navel to the floor, creating space for the thighs to go in. At the same time, feeling the length of the spine, the softness of the shoulders. Can you take your shoulder heads to the floor? Release the rib cage to the floor. Release the navel to the floor and rhythm. Focus on just the exhalation. Your feet onto the floor. Adjust yourself so that you're on your mat. Straighten your right leg. Straighten your left leg. Roll the thighs away from each other and release. The navel to the floor. Release the shoulders to the floor. Release the rib cage. Roll the thighs away from each other and release. Focus on just the exhalation. Place both your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Right arm all the way past the right ear. And roll over onto your right hand side. And press to come to sit. Come to sit in a comfortable position. Thighs moving down and the groins moving down. Feel the length of the trunk. Open the chest. Feel that there's space between the navel and the hips, the sternum and the navel, and you broaden across the chest. With this action, join the palms together. Feel the lift in the crown of the head. So the legs are fixed. The trunk is tall. Lift the crown of the head. Close your eyes and focus on the breath. Take a slow, deep breath in. As you breathe out, release the chin to the chest. As you breathe in, slowly raise up your head. Release your hands and open. Have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining us, and we will meet tomorrow.